Welcome to Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, under promotion of EA Sports World of Boxing. Now, the combatants for tonight's main event. From Vancouver Island, Canada, British Columbia, Evil Ways. From Palermo, Italy, Macho.
Things are about to get underway here in round one. Beautiful jab finds its home. He's stuck against the ropes. A few solid shots by Macho. I can't imagine anything more demeaning. He's being made to look like a fool by Evil Ways. He turns his shoulders and lands a crushing blow. Two hard shots land in rapid succession. Nice jab scores cleanly. Evil Ways throwing everything in the arsenal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, Illinois. Here are the boxers for tonight's contest. From San Diego, California, the Cobra. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Pistol.
And round one is underway. Not the best footwork there by his opponent. You just got to outdance these guys and not get hit. The Cobra's right hook lands squarely to his opponent's head. Pistol can't feel well after getting clocked by those two punches. When your opponent doesn't offer you much, you really need to go after him with a balanced attack. Head, body, movement, combos. No one thing will beat him. Throw a lot at him. Incredible punching.
Welcome to Windy City Boxing Gym in Chicago, Illinois, under promotion of EA Sports World of Boxing. Now, the combatants for tonight's main event. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the professional. From Mexico City, Mexico, Satin.
Here we go with round number one. The professionals shook him up with that display of disrespect. He's cleaning up, countering, and making him look silly. Satin's ripped by a solid combo. Moving and punching is always an effective strategy for a guy that moves well and possesses that kind of speed. He leaves himself open for that jab combination by Satin. He's managed to get himself stuck on the ropes. Artful shot takes advantage of his opponent's aggressiveness. Satin's got to protect himself better than that. He's really displaying his counter-punching skills. You know, to fight a power slugger like this, you got to try to stay on the outside. Getting inside a guy like this just spells trouble. He eats a straight shot to the head. Good three-punch combination starts up with a stinging hook to the head. What an awesome display of punching power. Good right hand. The professional wails away with a devastating four-punch combination. Here comes the jab as he looks to do some scoring. He needs to do a better job defensively or he's going to be hit with combos all day. Satin's taking a strong left hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of EA Sports World of Boxing, and the State Palace Theater. Time to meet tonight's fighters. From Atlanta, Georgia, Golden. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Handyman.
Here we go with the start of the fight. That punch makes his head spin. He lands with two loose, easy punches. Oh, he really got his attention with that one. Hook to the head lands flush for Handyman. He cracks him with a hard right to the head. That's what you have to do if you want to win. You have to throw punches in bunches. He drives into him with a solid body blow. His great balance allows him to come back with a hard hook. Golden's big counter uppercut shakes the foundation. Oh, and now a good counter punch from Handyman. When your opponent doesn't offer you much, you really need to go after him with a balanced attack. Head, body, movement, combos. No one thing will beat him. Throw a lot at him. Stiff shot lands there by Handyman. He's looking to take it to him with an effective counter. When you see an opponent with his hands down like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's tired. He may be...
Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of EA Sports World of Boxing and Staples Center, now the boxers in tonight's main event. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Big Train. From Atlanta, Georgia, Bone Crusher.
That bell means it's time to start this fight. Big Train's looking to be aggressive and throw combinations. That body punch really hurt him. He took that one squarely. Great technique exhibited by that two-punch combination. A few solid shots by Bone Crusher. You can see his style lends itself well to that power style. Compact, always has the feet planted, and he's ready to deliver a punch. Bone Crusher with a hard shot of his own. Not a lot that this fighter does bad. Good all-around defense and a well-rounded offense. Bone Crusher catches him missing and makes him pay. Bone Crusher is able to get to his opponent with a damaging body shot. Big Train's got to protect himself better than that. Big Train's gonna need to figure out a way to avoid being smacked by those uppercuts. Bone Crusher's been caught by a vicious counterpunch. That's the kind of jab shots you want to see from Bone Crusher. Good right hand. Looping counter shot lands flush for Big Train. Artful shot takes advantage of his opponent's aggressiveness. Bone Crusher's taking the other guy out of his rhythm with his effective counterpunching. Beautiful, clean jab finds its target. Big Train putting a two-punch combination together. Excellent hard two-shot combo by Big Train. Bone Crusher's chin has started to swell. Bone Crusher is taking two shots from his opponent. Big Train's exploited a weakness in his opponent's defense and lands that combination. Two solid shots crash into his opponent. Big Train could be in trouble as some swelling
Welcome to the warehouse in Vancouver, Canada, under promotion of EA Sports World of Boxing. Let's meet tonight's fighters. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Pistol. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
Things are about to get underway here in round one. When a guy brings all the weapons to a fight, he doesn't need that home run. He can wear you down and punish you round after round. Solid right-handed, hard left hook. Frazier's really putting his boxing skills on display. Nice counter. Falcon can't feel well after getting clocked by those two punches. He lands the jab and then a right hand from Pistol. Staying on the outside, that's the best advice for fighting a power guy like this. Mixing it up on the inside, bad idea. Smooth 1-2 punching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madison Square Garden in New York, New York. Time to meet tonight's fighters. From Mexico City, Mexico, Satin. From Los Angeles, California, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
And round one is underway. Satins tried to jab upstairs. Satins taking 2 shots from his opponent. Good jab by Satin. You know, to fight a power slugger like this, you got to try to stay on the outside. Getting inside a guy like this just spells trouble. De La Hoya's got to protect himself better than that. Great combo from Satin. De La Hoya is looking to be aggressive and throw combinations. He got some leverage in that last right to the body. Satin's putting a 2-punch combination together. He lands the jab and then a right hand from Satin. Nice combo, started off with a digging hook to the head. Two-punch combination lands flush for Satin. De La Hoya is not going to be in the fight much longer if he keeps taking shots like that. I can see some swelling there around the left eye. Satin waited for his opponent to come in and timed him beautifully. What a punch. He looks to have taken those 2 punches well. Not a lot that this fighter does bad. Good all-around defense and a well-rounded...
Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of EA Sports World of Boxing and Staples Center, time to meet tonight's fighters. From Atlanta, Georgia, Bone Crusher. From Louisville, Kentucky, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
Here we go with round number one. Bone Crusher's not very happy about being hit with that punch. Good jab by Bone Crusher. Nice clean combination. Very good combination there. He makes solid contact with those two punches. When your opponent doesn't offer you much, you really need to go after him with a balanced attack. Head, body, movement, combos. No one thing will beat him. Throw a lot at him. Bone Crusher with a dumb move. He got what he deserved there. Ali's jab lands flush in his opponent's face.
Welcome to the State Palace Theater in New Orleans, Louisiana. let's introduce tonight's fighter. From Vancouver Island, Canada, British Columbia, Evil Ways. From Pensacola, Florida, Roy Jones Jr.
Here we go with the start of the fight. Evil Ways throwing a nice jab to the head. Evil Ways quickly pounds him with a fierce three-hit combo. His opponent brings it all to the ring. You know, he's one of those guys that's not really excellent at any one discipline, but he's good at everything, and you have to mix up your attack against a guy like that. Nicely placed jab downstairs. When your opponent has that kind of agility and excellent footwork, you need to attack his body, take those legs away. He sticks from the outside and lands a jab. A volume of punches landed and keeps his opponent off. Let's see how being taunted affects the strategy for Jones. Evil Ways with a textbook two-punch combination. Evil Ways putting a two-punch combination together. Evil Ways looking to be aggressive and throw combinations. Oh my, what an amazing haymaker from his right hand. He's doing a good job of drawing him in and then countering. Big hook to the head sets up two more punches behind it. Big blow lands flush. He needs to start making his
and the Aragon Ballroom. For the hundreds in attendance, let's meet tonight's fighters. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Big Train. From Brooklyn, New York, Floyd Patterson.
That bell means it's time to start this fight. Right uppercut hits his target. Patterson can't feel well after getting clocked by those two punches. Big Train's putting some mustard behind those two punches. Big Train comes forward and lands a solid combo. Artful shot takes advantage of his opponent's aggressiveness. Nice work. His corner wants to see a lot of combinations coming from Big Train. There's just a bit of swelling near his left eye. Floyd Patterson's trying hard to hold on. He's not looking good. One more solid shot. Floyd was rocked by that punch, and it sends him to the canvas.
One, two.
Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of EA Sports, World of Boxing, and Windy City Boxing Gym, now the fighters of tonight's bout. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the professional. From Lowell, Massachusetts, Irish, Mickey Ward.
Things are about to get underway here in round one. Mickey Ward shoots a shot up top that really gets to his opponent. Man, that's a fun defensive style to watch. The fighter always looks so relaxed out there. The professional comes on full force with that combination. Shoots a counter hook. can see his style lends itself well to that power style. Compact, always has the feet planted, and he's ready to deliver a punch. Ward's been caught by a vicious counter punch. The professional's thrown a nice jab. The professionals doing real damage with that eye-popping combination. The professionals putting a two-punch combination together. Hook lands flush for the professional. Counter hook catches him off guard. Good jab by the professional. Mickey Ward's left eye isn't looking so good right now. The professionals showing us his entire punching repertoire and being very successful with it. The professionals got his timing down. Boom! A well-placed jab lands to the head. The professional moves forward behind that jab combination. The professionals being patient, working behind the jab and looking for openings. The professionals unleashed a powerful three-hit combo. Clean hook absorbed by Mickey Ward. That combination featured a damaging.
Gentlemen, courtesy of EA Sports, World of Boxing, and the State Palace Theater. And now, this evening's fighters. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Handyman. Kentucky, the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
And round one is underway. Vicious headshot by the greatest. Good jab by Handyman. What awful misjudgment by Handyman. He lands with 2 loose, easy punches. That's a jab combination by Handyman. Loose jab lands for Handyman. The greatest can't feel well after getting clocked by those 2 punches. When you see an opponent with his hands down like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's tired. He may be fast. Landed 2 jabs there. Muhammad Ali's eating a nice jab to the face. Handyman moves forward behind that jab combination. Excellent jab combination by Handyman. Ali's really putting his boxing skills on display. Nice counter. Handyman's putting some mustard behind those 2 punches. Fast hands, fast wheels, that's the blueprint to a speed boxer. Handyman's thrown a nice jab to the head. Nice work. His corner wants to see a lot of combinations coming from Handyman. Handyman's taking it to him with his jab. Strategical use of the jab.